Hello, crafty friends, and welcome to the April 2024 Sheetload Live. I am so glad that you are here. If you are here with us in the live chat or watching this live, make sure to let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're catching us on replay, let us know where you're watching from down in that comment section below and put a hashtag replay in there for us. If you have never been to, or if this is your first Sheetload Live, why don't you put a number one over there in the chat box or down in that comment box later? I love how you're already over there chatting, seeing, like telling where you're from. I love that. Just love to get an idea of where everybody's watching from. If you are new to Sheetload Live, myself and a couple special guests, which I'm excited to announce here in a few minutes, will be creating cards using the latest Sheetload of Cards, which is April 2024. And if you haven't yet downloaded the free printable, you can check out the debut video in that description box below. Or Nightbot is my little person over in the chat. It will throw that link in every once in a while. It also throws in some fun reminders or, important reminders and other links. I see that, wait, here we go, missed it. Diana, it's her first time with us. Welcome. Thank you so much. While I'm thinking about it, if you have not yet given this video your stamp of approval, which is a thumbs up, maybe sharing it with a crafty friend, it would be much appreciated. Also, one thing I want to point out, and then I am going to bring on my special guest. Scrolling along the bottom of the screen is a message that I want to stop and point out. So when we get to crafting, we get kind of into crafting, and we don't get to see every comment over there in the live chat box. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves, ask each other questions. But if there is something that you specifically need to ask somebody on screen, if you could type the word question in all caps in front of it, that is going to help out tremendously. That way, when I do get a chance to look over, I know Karen's watching the chat, we can try to answer those first. So if you're ready to go, if you're ready to meet my guests, why don't you give me a round of applause or a high five or some kind of emojis over there in the chat? Maybe a drum roll, right? And then let me take a drink because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. Let's go ahead and introduce our first guest. Now, she's going to be no stranger to my live streams. You've met her before. In fact, if you watched yesterday, you definitely saw her then. She is part of my Sheetload team, my Oh So Inspired team, which I'll be talking about that here in a little bit. And she has joined me on many, many lives. Let's give a great big round of applause to Karen. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
Yay.
Hi,
Welcome,
everybody.
welcome. Anything new since yesterday?
No,
All right. Well,
actually, not
then why
really.
don't you tell the audience who has not met you before a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name's Karen, and I have a YouTube channel called Karen's Crafting Company. I'm also on Instagram with the handle Karen's Crafting Company. I've been paper crafting for about 17 years. I started when I had my first daughter. And then scrapbooking has been kind of put on the back burner because about 5 years ago or so, I found card making and I have been in love with it since. So outside of paper crafting, I am married. I have two beautiful girls. One is 17 who will be graduating from high school this year. Excuse me. Sorry. And then I have my youngest one is 14 and she's a freshman. And outside of paper crafting, like I said, I am a part-time group exercise instructor. So I do teach at a local gym twice a week, and I have a lot of fun with that.
Love it. Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Everybody, if you don't already follow Karen's channel or if you're on Instagram, I do have her channel linked in the description box below. And again, Nightbot, I think, has already thrown it up over there in the chat. So make sure that if you want to run and do it now, but come back because you have to meet my other guest, or after we're all done here, make sure to subscribe to her channel. I think I'll switch us out here. Just like with Karen, I have a 17-year-old who will be 18 tomorrow, and she is graduating this year as well. We were talking a little bit about that when we were getting ready for our live stream today. So Any tips for parents who have those our little babies growing up? Let us know over there in the chat. But I'm super excited to let you know about my next guest. And if you were on the live with us yesterday, I kind of give you, like, we talked a little bit about a heads up, but I am not an outgoing person. No matter what I act like on camera right now, yes, like, I'm very shy, I wouldn't introduce myself to other people, but there are just some people, like, when you meet them for the first time, you're just, like, totally at ease. Just like I said yesterday, it was the same with Karen, like, the first time I met her on a video, it's like we'd known each other forever, and the guest and I had a little tech rehearsal earlier in the week, and it was the same thing. Like, I didn't have any butterflies or nervous or anything, and I know that after meeting her today, I think you guys are gonna love her too. So she was part of our SheetLoad team in the past on the Instagram team. She does have a YouTube channel where she has great videos, and yeah, you're just gonna love her. But anyway, she is this month's special guest for the video team for SheetLoad Live. Please help me welcome Jessica of Jessie Kate Creates.
Hello,
Well,
everyone, and thank you, Alicia, for that sweet introduction. That was so kind
oh,
of you.
yeah, I never told you about that, but it was just when we met the other day, it was like we had talked, like, tons of times before, so
It was
I
awesome.
always love that. I did forget so this is how comfortable I was with Jessica. I way overshared when we were talking before, so I told her she's part of the family now. But please just welcome Jessica, give her some high fives, thumbs up, waves in the chat. Will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so hello, everyone. I'm Jessica. Like Alicia said, I have a YouTube channel and I also have an Instagram. For both of them, it's Jessie Kate Creates, but you can call me Jess or Jessica. I started crafting back in 2015. I kind of fell down a YouTube rabbit hole, and then I got my hands on some stamps and some inks, and I didn't turn back because it's amazing. So yeah, I've been paper crafting for quite a few years now. I love card making. Let's see what else about me. I'm in Hampton Roads, Virginia, which is like coastal Virginia. So love being able to get outside and enjoy the beach and the nature and everything that it has to offer out here. So it's just a little bit about me.
Love it, love it. Well, I am so glad that you are here. I know the audience is going to love you. Let's see. I think, guys, if we, um, I think we're kind of ready. Maybe if you ladies want to go off screen, get your supplies together. I am going to kind of talk about some videos I've had recently while you do that. And then when you come back on, you can tell us what you're using, and then I'll do the same. Sound good? All right, I'll see you in
Sounds
a little
good.
bit. All right. So I hope that you're totally excited for today because I know that I certainly am. I want to switch. Actually, I got to get some stuff ready since I had my sheet load on there. But I just wanted to give you a heads up about some videos that I've had out recently if you want to check them out. So I will get these done. Let's see here. So if you were live with us yesterday with Karen and I, it was Color Cube Live, and we both used this Color Cube card, and here is the card that I made. If you want to see the replay on this, make sure to check out that description box below, and I have that. Over on the Tailored Expressions channel this week, I made some masculine, kind of woodsy themed cards with some weaving. Would love for you to watch that, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up on that video. And then finally, today is also Oh So Inspired, the collaboration day. And I got the chance to use an old sheetload of cards for what I created. So I hope you'll check that out. Karen's one of my team members, and there are probably 12 to 15 videos in that. So you can go there, check out the playlist, and you have a one-stop shop. Oh, here we go. I got my first question here. Crafting Chaos with Melanie. She put the question in front of there so that it was easy for me to see. She says, do you like the cubes? I'm on the fence about buying them. They look cool. Melanie, I love my color cube cards. I have lots of videos on my channel. Karen has a whole playlist on hers. It really helps me with crafting. Let's go ahead and let's see. We're still waiting for Karen. But yes, I definitely love mine. And I would encourage you to check them out. Jessica, are you ready to kind of tell us what you got going on? All right, let's bring Jessica back on. All right. Whenever you're ready, if you want to maybe tell like what products you're using, if you're doing anything alternative with the SheetLoad.
Yeah, of course. So today I am using these super fun pattern papers. This is a really old paper pad from Pebbles. It's called Oh Summertime. But like it's just been so warm here lately, and these colors are so beautiful and vibrant that I saw the papers and I was like, I have to find a way to use these today. So this is the Pebbles Oh Summertime collection, an old one from my stash. I think I'm staying pretty close to the SheetLoad today. Probably the biggest thing I'm changing up is for my image and sentiment. Instead of using an oval, I'm using this like super fun arch shape, which is the die set from scrapbook.com, their nested arches die. I just thought it would be a really fun kind of twist on the shape. And I'm also using vellum. I have like a special spot in my heart for vellum. I don't know what it is about it, but I always think it just looks so beautiful on cards. If you've seen any of my other videos before, any of my other cards, you guys know I love me some vellum on a card. So that's what I'm using as my layering piece today. Let's see what else. I'm also going to be dressing it up a little bit since there are flowers in the papers. I'm going to dress it up a little bit with some dies from Spellbinders. These are their Be Bold Blooms. I just looked for florals in my stash and this is what I had. So already die cut those out, have them in a little tray nearby. And I'll be adding those to my card. And then let's see what else. Oh, the stamp set I'm using, it's an old one. It's from my stash, but it's this Pursuit of Happiness stamp set from Stampin' Up. And one of the sentiments says live in the sunshine. I think that's just so gorgeous.
Oh.
And I'm excited to put this on a card and send it out to some friends as just like fun, encouraging, or thinking of you cards. So yeah, that's what I have going on today.
I love it. I am also a big fan of vellum, and I have some from Tailored Expressions, but lately I have been loving that arched, whatever shape that is too. So I can't wait to see your cards.
So fun.
One thing I did forget to mention is that we're going to craft along for about an hour and see how many cards we get done. And then at the end of the live, we are each going to give away one of our cards to a lucky viewer. So make sure to stick around. And if you're crafting along, why don't you let us know over there in the chat box? Let us know what you're crafting along, if you're doing a SheetLoad, if you're doing something else. If you're just watching, let us know that as well. Karen, are you ready to come on and show us what you got? All right, let's bring Karen back on, add her to stage. All right, Karen, if you want to tell us what you're using today.
Sure. So I'm using this Old Recollections pack. It's a specialty cardstock paper. They don't really have a specific name for it, but I did try to find it and it's no longer available. But I'll be using this pretty floral pattern and this gingham. And then I also did bring in this pretty pink glitter for my cardstock. And then I will be changing up a little bit of the image or the sentiment. Instead of putting an oval there, I'm going to be using these stickers from the Paper Studio found at Hobby Lobby. And I'll be using some of these floral patterns here with the butterflies. So that's what I have here. And then I am going to put on a sentiments from, these have already been stamped out. These have been in my stash. So what I do is I'm using the Tailored Expressions all together occasions to stamp set, and then you die cut it. So if you're not familiar with this, what you do is you stamp, you get all of these sentiments, you stamp it on cardstock like you would any other sentiment. And then you have this die, and then you just place the die, you line it up on these squares, and then they all cut out at one time. And that is just so awesome. So I'll be using those as my sentiments for today.
Fabulous. I think
Yeah.
now let me show you what I'm crafting with. I have gotten started. I think I'm using a little bit of both of what my crafty friends are using. We already talked about the vellum for Jessica, and then I will be using some butterflies as well. Karen loves butterflies, so whenever I
Yeah.
craft with them, I think of her. I love a good butterfly as long as it's only paper, not real ones. They kind of freak me out. But today, with the original sketch, I know that split, it kind of bugged some of you, okay? I know it did. I know having that open area there. So today I'm going to do a little something different that maybe you'll like this instead. I've already pre-cut some, but I'm going to show you how to cut it. I actually cut a piece of vellum that will map that entire area. So there will be a split, but it will be kind of muted with vellum. So I hope that you'll, maybe try that if this cut was bugging you. Did it bug anybody on screen when you had to make your split? I know that I had a couple people say, I wasn't sure about this.
At first I was like, oh no, I have to cut on an angle. I can how am I supposed to do that? And it's actually, I mean, it was a lot simpler than I made it up. I made it out to be this difficult thing, but it's pretty simple to do. So, in fact, I was watching a YouTube channel, and they kind of gave you like a tip on how to cut that paper like that into that shape, I guess. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. So now I know how to do that for future, because I always want to cut like from corner to corner, and to make these kind of, shape the way they are. It was just, I don't know, didn't work well with my brain, but it's fine. Like it totally works.
Yeah, same thing. I was nervous at first, but then I cut one or two and I was like, okay, this isn't so bad.
Yeah.
But I do love that tip for just using the bigger piece and keeping the middle section. That's a good tip too.
Right. So hopefully they'll turn out looking okay. Right now I'm just cutting my angles, and what I do, I don't think I actually shared it in the video, but when I just eyeball my angle, I actually have 1 point at the 3/4 on the right and 1 point at the 3/4 on the left. And it's pretty close to, what the original sketch called for.
That's a good tip too.
Yeah, that was pretty much that tip, was you just kind of move it over like close to an inch. You line it up like you would if you're going to cut from corner to corner. Yeah. And then you just shift it to one side, like over like about an inch, and then you just cut.
Don't forget.
So funny that.
Go ahead, Jessica.
I was just going to say, it's so funny that you're both using butterflies, because when I was looking through my stash and trying to decide what I was going to do, my second choice was butterflies, and I almost went with it.
That would have been fun. Absolutely. And I still bet we would have all had completely different cards, even we're all using butterflies. So
yes, absolutely.
Let us know in the chat
Alicia,
if you love a butterfly.
Oh.
What?
I was going to say, you're the oddball today because 2 of the 3 of us are from Virginia.
I thought that. I almost said that out loud, but I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah. Yes.
How close do you think you ladies are to each other? Can you get together and craft?
Karen, are you in Nova?
So I'm in Loudoun County.
Okay.
Yeah. So where are you in relation to Loudoun County?
Let's see, because I'm right on the peninsula. So I think we're probably 3-ish hours apart, maybe?
Okay, yeah. 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 I thought it was something like that.
I have
So
a
no, if I
question
ran
here.
out of something, I can't run over to Jessica and knock on her door and say, "Hey, can I
Unfortunately.
borrow?"
That would be fun.
That would have been awesome.
70-headed demon wants to know how to join the live stream. So you can't join us on camera, but you can join along and craft where you're at and just chat with everybody over there. I do want to make focus. I'm going to spotlight me now because I'm going to show you how to cut the vellum if you want to do what I'm doing. So originally, like I said, both pieces got matted together and then you cut them at the angle and split them apart. But what I'm going to do today, the mat is going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So it won't have that cut out in the middle. So this is what I did is I have my 11-inch, 8.5 by 11-inch piece of vellum. And what I'm going to do is rotate it and cut a 4 1/2-inch strip. From this, I'm going to cut 3 pieces that are 3 1/4 inches wide. And you won't quite need 2 full sheets of the mat, but just keep cutting until you get your 8 needed. I actually thought I only needed 6 cards, so I messed up on my focal points. So here I can get 3 vellum pieces from that first one, and then from this leftover one, I'm going to cut it at 3 1/4 inches wide, and then cut this into 2 pieces that are 4 1/2 inches tall. So from that one piece of vellum, I got 5 mats for my centerpiece. And because I love vellum and I won't get rid of it, I will put these little scraps over in my vellum section. And while I'm thinking about it, you might have seen when I first came on, I had like my cardstock and I have my embellishments in these little trays. If you've been thinking about getting these from scrapbook.com, the 8-pack that I bought, which is for this size and for this size, is on sale now for something like maybe $18 from $50. So I have a link below if you want to check these out.
That's beautiful. That is glorious. I love that price.
Oh yeah, who doesn't? All right.
Hey, Alicia, look, I'm using my Karen's glue.
Oh yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Karen got me my Barely Art glue, if you guys didn't know it.
Jessica might not know, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So we're calling this Karen,
Do.
Barely Karen Arts glue.
I love it.
Charlene Johnson wants to know, what type of vellum are you using? Charlene, I always have in my stash 3 different weights of vellum. They're all made by Nina. And I have 17 pound, 28 pound, and I think 36 pound. And I like to use probably the 28 pound the best. I do have it linked in the description box below. Even if you don't buy from that link, it's going to tell you like the company name and the weight and all that stuff. So thanks for asking your question. Oh, I'm starting to like hide stuff. Rosie wants to know, have I ever made cards with patterned vellum? Probably. I don't know if I've made a card base out of one, but I probably definitely use patterned vellum on something. How about you? I know, Jessica, you're a fan of vellum, so have you used patterned vellum on anything?
You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I have. But that makes me feel like I need to take on
Yes.
a new challenge now. That would be so fun.
Yeah. I know that I have bought vellum with the intention of like turning it into a card base because it was like really gorgeous, but yeah, I don't know if I've ever done it.
That would be really neat too. So I was just gonna tape everything down, but I am such a sucker for dimension that I gotta bust out some tape.
Okay. There, you can show us. We'll highlight each of us a little bit here as we work.
Loving that butterfly paper, Alicia.
Well, now
That's
you
so
might have
pretty.
noticed from my video today, it's 2 of the same papers that I use. So we'll see how it looks
Oh,
different
look
with
at
a
that.
different sheet load.
Yeah.
I think we're all crafting hard here. There's not like you gotta throw some questions there in the chat so we can chat. Or yeah, that makes sense. Let's see what Karen's up to here.
I'm placing the that rectangle on to the card front.
Are you gonna add any foam tape, Karen? Dimension?
I'm not. I'm going to keep these just flat this time.
Okay. Yeah, I think mine will be pretty flat too, but with my butterflies at the end, I might kind of, fold up their wings so it's a little dimension.
Yeah.
Karen, I love how all like everything you're using, it looks like it was all made to go together.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like I was like shocked, like because there's just so totally different brands, and I'm like, oh, I'm loving how this goes. This is going to be perfect.
Right?
So yeah,
The crafty stars are shining in your favor.
exactly.
She needs that after her morning.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Susan says that she is using pattern vellum to replace the pattern paper on this month's sheet load. Awesome.
Ooh,
So there you go.
fun.
That's awesome.
All right, so I'll kind of show you now that I've got some of my vellum pieces put together. So this is what I was talking about. I have that big mat and I just put each half, either the top end or the bottom. Make sure, you want to make sure that your pattern flows correctly. But now when I go to put this on my card, I can still see the pattern paper behind it, but it just mutes it a little bit. So I love me some vellum.
What's the company of the paper from again?
Oh, thank you, Karen. I completely forgot. Oh goodness. I kept that little, here it is. I kept this. So my paper, and it's the same as today's video, is from Simple Stories, and it's called Fresh Air.
Simple Stories. That's pretty.
I think I got it at my local scrapbook store, which has changed names. It used to be Busy Scrappin' here in Omaha, but I think it's Scrapbook Haven now. Uh-oh.
I'm so jealous. We don't have any local scrapbooking shops around here.
Yeah.
So yeah, whenever I go on vacation, I'm always like looking up like, are there any scrapbooking stores in the area?
Yes, I love to do that too. Now, it was you who came to Iowa, right? And you found the resale shop. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes, and it's so funny. So when I got into scrapbooking, I actually lived in Iowa, or card making. I lived in Iowa City, and
Okay.
there's a town not far away that has, oh my gosh, what is it called?
Are you
I know
thinking
you've been there.
Scrap
It's the one
Mania?
that's yes, and it's
Yeah.
funny because when I was there, it was like a little closet, like it really wasn't that big at all.
Uh-huh.
And so I think it was maybe last summer or the one before when I went, it was huge, and I was like, man, it got big after I left the
Yes.
area.
It is like an old Walmart, the size of like an old Walmart before they got groceries and stuff, and it is just crafting. It is nuts.
Oh my.
If you have
Yeah,
been
it's
to
a
Scrap Mania in the chat, let us know.
paper crafter's dream.
Yes.
We used to have a local scrapbooking shop, but they closed down well before COVID. So sad because it was such a great store and they had so many different things, and they closed shop.
It is always sad to see another one go, but it
Yeah.
was becoming the way of things. Mine actually was going to close, but then somebody bought it and kept it open, and they have actually now rented the section beside them, and they knocked out a wall. So they are expanding, people.
Oh.
So if you're ever in the
Ooh.
Omaha area, it's just a short drive off I-80. So make sure to check them out. You can reach out to me if you need to know the name if you forget. I did. Oh no. Oh, listen, let me find this comment. Jessica, Susan lives 10 minutes from Scrap Mania. Could you imagine?
Oh, I'd be in there all the time. Like, it would be
Exactly.
anytime I couldn't find something, I'd be like, well, I guess I have to go now.
Now, those people would definitely know me by my first name.
Yeah.
Love it. I did have a question here too. Let me find it. Natalie M has a question. Can tracing paper be used in place of vellum? Natalie, I would say to give it a try, definitely. I mean, use what you have and see if it will work. Now, it will probably be a little bit thinner than what we have, but I bet it works pretty similar. Has anybody here on camera ever tried tracing paper?
No.
I haven't, but just trying random things you have is sometimes how you find like your next favorite thing.
Yeah.
So I go for it.
I agree. It definitely won't hurt to try, it's just paper. So
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think here, my daughter, not only, speaking of tracing paper, so my daughter, not only, she's going to go into political science, she wants to be a lawyer, but she loves government, she loves learning about the Constitution, and she loves art. And so my birthday was, what is it now? 9 days ago now. And she asked me, like, I have a couple favorite musicals, as you all know, because I can't stop talking about it. But she's like, what's your favorite song from Hadestown? And I told her, like, I don't know if I have a favorite song, but I love a part of one of the songs. So she made me this. It's too big for the camera. It says, Can You Feel It? Like a train.
Oh, wow.
But she has
Oh.
on, I don't know if you can tell, but like there's tracing
Oh my
paper
gosh.
with, art above that background swirls. So she loves her tracing paper too.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I have to say, so I have a little sister named Alicia.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, she lives in New York City, and I went to visit her for her birthday a few months ago, and she took me like as a surprise. We went and saw Hadestown, and I've been listening to that non-stop. That's such a cute little thing your daughter made for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got chills when you said you got to see it in New York. Oh my gosh.
It is amazing. Yes. It was fantastic in New York.
So
I
good.
like
Yeah.
bucket
My
list
daughter
for
loved
sure.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She loved
And
it.
like, did you know anything about it before, Jessica, or did you kind of go into it blind? Like,
I went into it blind because she just told me like we're gonna see something. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Just like be prepared. So I was like, okay. And I went into it blind, and I loved it. And the only reason I wish it's one of those things where if you go to see a play where you don't know the words, sometimes like you can't like in your head you're like, okay, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But I still loved it. And like I said, I came home and just listened to that soundtrack on repeat.
Like, yes, if you're in the audience and you ever have a chance to see Hadestown, oh my gosh, like, it's kind of like based on Greek mythology, which I was never really into, but oh my, and I don't know about you, Jessica, but they tell you at the very beginning, they sing it. They're like, this is a tragedy. This is a
Yeah.
tragedy.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then at the end, it is a tragedy, but you
Yes.
forgot that they told you, and I'm just
Yes.
bawling.
Yes.
Yes,
That is
every
so
time I
true.
listen to it, yeah, every time I listen to it, it has me like in my feelings and crying, and I'm like, I knew this
Yes,
was
Yeah.
coming.
yes.
It's
In
true.
the
You too. You just totally forget. You
yeah,
even though they give you a heads up, it's like, oh, you were telling the truth.
yeah, you weren't
You did
lying.
say that. Okay.
Um, so if you're in the audience and you've seen Hades Town, let us know. But one thing I have to say, like, I think probably different people take different things from it. But even back before my mom passed away, to me, it's about like no matter how hard you want to bring back a loved one from the dead, it's not going to happen. Now,
Yeah.
there's also a love story in it. It's not a downer, but you know, that kind of always gets me now, especially that no, you know, you can try all you want and want it with all your might, but unfortunately, she's going back to Hades Town.
Yeah. See, for me, like the biggest thing I take out of it is like the power of hope. Just because even though
Yeah,
I've seen it, like I've heard it a million times and I know what's going to happen, I'm
yeah,
still so filled with hope that something
yeah,
will happen differently.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
And that's what oh my god, this is like become a musical thing. So they even say at the end, we still keep singing it, hoping it's going to change, something like that, you know, that next time
mhm.
it'll be different. Ah, yes, I know. All right, we have Beth says her sis and family saw Hadestown. One of the things I miss about moving away from New York. She thought it was wonderful. Oh, it is, Beth. I hope maybe they'll travel near you. That's how I see all of mine is touring shows. Lamont wants to know where am I, Karen, and Jessica from? So if you ladies want to share again, then I will.
I'm from Northern Virginia.
Yeah, and I'm in Hampton Roads, Virginia, which is like southeastern Virginia.
And I live in Nebraska, right on the border with Iowa, in the Omaha area. So if you haven't already in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. I know many of you have already shared. And Sandy has a reminder, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Yes, please hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. And if you have a question for one of us, it doesn't have to be musical related. You can throw those up in the chat and put question in all caps in front of it. Looks like Karen is gluing down her butter. Okay, so Karen, did you put vellum behind your butterfly too? Oh no, yours
No,
aren't, right? No, yours were
no,
cut out
just
already.
Jessica. Yeah.
I almost thought that, like I did on my cards yesterday, you had the delicate butterfly with vellum behind it.
All right, now I'm just going to add my sentiment. Pretty much done.
Moving right along. So while I'm thinking about it, I do want, because I'm on my last one, so I've been adhering down my matted angled pieces, and I'm just making sure that when I put my adhesive on the back, that it is behind where the pattern paper is at, just so it doesn't, you know, show. Let's see what Jessica's got going on. Oh, on her sentiments on her fun arched pieces.
Stamping those down. I think I should have re-inked this ink pad, but I'm making it work. Making it work.
Well, good thing with the Misty, you can stamp it a couple times.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. I might need some. I cut my butterflies. I have my, you know, delicate piece, and I cut a shadow in white. I don't know if I should just put the butterfly down or if I need that backer to help it stand out. So I'm going to kind of put one in place of each. And I know that people love some polls. So I'm going to put a poll over in the live chat. And maybe I'll zoom in a little bit first so you can see it a little bit better. So you can see here, this one has the white behind it and this one doesn't. I just don't know if it stands out a lot. So backer or no backer? Let me know. I'm going to start a poll and you can vote on it. I'll give you a couple minutes. Let me know what you think.
Oh, Tammy says all our cards are really pretty. Thank you,
Thank
Tammy.
you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Great. While I'm waiting for voting, I'll see if we.
Susan Temper asked the question.
I
Best
did just
paper
see
trimmer
that.
for limited strength. Do you stand to use your trimmers or use seated?
Do you ladies have any? Best trimmer for limited strength, and do you stand to use your trimmer or do you sit?
I actually stand most of the time when I'm crafting, except for right now. I'm actually sitting just because I am doing the assembly part of it. But the majority of the time, I'm usually a stander. And then, well, I have the same trimmer that you have, Alicia, which is unfortunately no longer available.
And I'm not sure. Yeah, so this is the one. This is the one Karen and I have, and it's a rotary. Yeah. Now, while I love it and it's my favorite trimmer I've ever had, I don't think it would be a good one for limited strength. I think there are points where you have to push down quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I think Jessica earlier had a guillotine, right, Jessica?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think, in my opinion, that would be the best for limited strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I usually I have the, what is it? The We Are Memory Keepers, just little mini guillotine, this guy here. I usually use it sitting down unless I'm doing something where I've already glued multiple pieces of paper together. Then I might stand just to give myself a little bit more leverage. But for the most part, yeah, I just use it sitting down.
Yeah, I stand up to craft all the time just because since it's what I do, I'm here a lot. So this is one way for me to just not sit 24 hours a day. But like if I'm editing videos, then I'll pull my chair over. But while I'm crafting, I am 99% of the time standing. Let us know in the chat if you're a standing or a sitting crafter. And the timer just went off. So let's end the poll. And it's a pretty clear winner. 70% say to use the backer. Yeah, that's kind of why I cut it, because I thought it helped stand out from the back. I saw at least one of you said, here, I think it might be Quilty56, I would use a backer and lift the butterfly pink wings a bit. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am only going to put liquid glue behind kind of the body of the butterfly. And then maybe before I send them out, or I'll do a couple today, I will just kind of fold those in. So yeah, that gives a little more dimension, especially since my cards are so flat. Because I don't know about you guys, but it seems like every time I go to the post office lately, they want to charge me for a package because it's too thick.
Oh, yes.
And they're
raising stamp prices too.
Yeah, I heard.
Summer, yeah.
I did not cut enough butterflies.
Oh, no. I think I'm kind of using the raising of the stamp prices in my head to tell myself, well, you better get them now. Get more stamps before they do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I have a little bit of an obsession with collecting postage stamps.
Since they're always forever now, that is at least a nice thing where you don't have to go buy, the extra postage when they change it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the roll of 100, but I never do it because I'm always like, oh, that'd be such a good deal. Let's see what we got here. Laura mostly stands. Martha's a sitter. Susan R. crafts sitting down. Oh, here we go. Stand when cutting, sit the rest of the time is what Charlene said. So some good suggestions. Love seeing you guys out there answering them for us. And I just put, again, liquid glue on the I about said the bottom of my butterfly, the body of my butterfly. And I'm going to sit it under that stamp block to help it adhere. I really thought I cut more backers, but I did not. So I'll just put together what I can here.
What is that butterfly from, Alicia?
It is a very old Spellbinders. Like, I mean, look at that logo. I don't even think they use that anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It is, it
Oh, that's
was
pretty sad.
Wonderful Wings. Yeah, they're great. I've had this, let's see. Oh, 2011 is when this came out. So 13 years. One of my favorites, though.
Okay.
Oh, Jessica, those flowers are gorgeous. Oh, wow.
Love. This is the Spellbinders Be Bold Blooms. I think I got it last year, maybe, because I was looking through my stash for florals, and I was like, how do I not have anything? Like, I need to fix this. And I feel like I use this for almost every project where I put florals on it, because they're really pretty.
Those are. I'm going to have to look into that one. Now, speaking of products, Jessica, is that one of the links you sent me earlier?
Yes.
Okay, so down in the description box, I do have some links to the main supplies that we're all using today. So if you're interested in getting those big bold blooms, which I think I am going to have to look into, there are links below. If you want to know about Karen's products, there are links below. Now, Jessica's, I think for the Spellbinders, might even be an affiliate link. Is that correct?
It is.
Awesome.
It is.
So if you don't know what an affiliate link is, they are links that are going to take you right to the products that you see your online creators using. And while it doesn't cost you anything extra, if you buy it with Jessica's link, she'll get a small portion of that. And then, guys, I don't know about Jessica, but that's how I buy more stuff to keep crafting here. So it's always appreciated. Always appreciated when you use those links. And let's see what Karen's up to.
I'm doing the inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not get my decorations ready for the inside, but I probably will do that. Okay, I only ended up with 4 complete butterflies because I didn't cut enough earlier, so we'll put together 2 of each.
Just realized I didn't cut an inside for one of my flowers, so I'm gonna look through my gems and see if I have something.
There you go. That's a
good idea.
Yes. Nice backup plan.
Jessica, Charlene says the flowers are cute. She wishes she knew how to arrange them. Do you have any pointers for her or what you kind of do?
When I'm arranging flowers, my go-to, honestly, I like to have, if I'm using more than one flower, I usually like to have 2 or 3. And I pick usually the bigger one, and I kind of like I did here. I just like to have the smaller ones kind of touching it somehow, and then put a leaf on either side, and it's always going to look good. Right? But I mean, they're flowers. It's kind of like we see them in nature. They're not perfectly posed, and they still look gorgeous and beautiful. And I think it's the same with cards too. They're always going to look pretty. And usually we're the only ones, I feel like, analyzing our cards as hard as we do. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes like the longest part of card making is deciding where to put something on the card.
Yes.
But I know that whoever I send it to, they're not going to be like, she didn't position that gem in the exact right position. They're just going to see it and think, oh, what a lovely card. I'm glad they thought about me. So.
Yep. Agreed. And if they are complaining about the gems, maybe they don't get one of your beautiful handmade cards next time. If anybody in the chat, or Karen, if you have any ideas about flower placement, I think I would probably do just about like Jessica. Let Charlene know as well.
Pretty much the same. And it depends on like how you're like what you're using the flowers. Like, are you putting them in a like a vase or a basket, or are you, you know, kind of like what Jess is doing? She's kind of just arranging them on the, you know, outer part of her arch. So it could depend on, you know, where you're placing them too.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, I will go ahead. I have my 4 cards done that I can do. Again, I was kind of prepping last minute, and I didn't get as many of the focal points as I needed done. But here is a look at 2. And then to finish them off, let's see. I have some of my favorite embellishments, these little gold glitter dots. But then this Love from Lizzie package has some white glitter circles that I think I'm gonna try one of each and see what I like the best. Maybe, you know, maybe I'll do another poll. Lamont wants to know, what kind of glue do you recommend for crafts? Anybody want to take that? Karen's glue.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I'm using, right? Is Karen's art fairly, fairly art Karen's.
We all have it.
Yeah. So, although I will say too, I've used a lot of different glues, and for the most part, I feel like they all work pretty. I know I've also used, I think I have it here, the art glitter glue. That one works really well too.
Yeah.
So I've
some of them will have like different dry times, but
I've used that art glitter glue, but the glue itself works fantastic. I mean, it definitely will adhere, and it's strong. But the issue that I had with it was I experienced a lot of bottle clogging with it. Whereas with the Barely Arts, I don't have that same issue. And I mean, I don't know if it's I mean, I feel like I'm always pumping my pin just to keep it. But that was the problem with the art glitter glue that I had.
So yes, I had art glitter glue, and I used it and loved it, but I agree it was getting pretty cloggy. And you know, with that, they will only ship at specific times of the year. You don't have that issue with the Barely Art glue. And but I will say, like, the art glitter glue, it seems a little bit tacky quicker. So you do have to get used to it being a little wiggly at first, but I think I already have that down. I just kind of hold stuff in place a little extra. But for tape runner, you know, I definitely love the ATG, and I get my tape at my refills at Tape Jungle, which I have a discount code for you. If you're a fan of the ATG, not only are their refills already super cheap, but I have a discount code. I think it's 10% off, and it's down in the description box in my related supplies list. So,
how did I not know you had a link for that? I'm gonna have to, because that's where I buy my refills too. I'm gonna have to start using that link.
It is newer. I think I got it at the beginning of the year, and they were gonna let me have it till March 31st. But because so many of my crafty friends loved it and used it, they did let me extend my discount code till the end of the year. So you have some time to get your refills.
It's perfect. So I think I'm coming up on retime fill.
Excellent.
So there's been a couple of questions about 2 members have experienced commercials during the live. Is that normal? Does that usually happen?
I thought I had it turned off, but sometimes YouTube will do weird things on me. Okay. I usually turn off the ones during the live, and I go back later. Like once a live stream is over, I do go back to the replay, usually that next day. But if they're playing now, that is something YouTube is doing.
Okay.
I saw another question. No, Beth has her question at the beginning. Beth says, do you all make lots of embellishments and stash them, or make them to coordinate with the card design?
I usually make mine to coordinate.
I do both. Honestly, it just depends on the mood I am. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm in the mood to craft, but I'm not really like I don't have it in me to sit down and think of a full project. So I might just pull out like a die stamp or a stamp set that I've really been wanting to play with, and I'll just make embellishments or whatever and have them on hand for when I am feeling like I'm in the mood to actually sit down and make a full card.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now for sentiments, I will stamp. Now that they make these types of stamps where you can stamp several at one time, I will do that, and I use for those. I typically use my VersaFine Clair inks because I really like those inks. You get a nice clear, crisp stamped image, and then you can use clear embossing powder over it to kind of give it that shine. So I usually will stamp my sentiments out ahead of time, and then I put them in a dish, and then I know that they're there on my desk when I need sentiments.
Good
I
idea.
love that. And the one you showed earlier was so cute. I saw it and I was like, oh,
It is cute, yeah.
And so convenient to make so many at once.
Exactly.
I usually do not prepare embellishments. I will go with whatever the card calls for. But like Karen, I was trying to find them, but here I have a whole bunch of stuff here. I got some money too, but that's not even it. I have somewhere around here. I have a bowl of sentiments too, but that must have gotten lost with everything else I've lost this week. It's been like a gremlin in my craft room.
Must be Alyssa. It's always Alyssa.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to see. We haven't even saw that.
Is Danny here today?
No, her daughter's home this weekend. Her husband's home on the weekend. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about the commercials, guys. I really try to not add those while we're live, because then, just so you know, if you do get a commercial and you come in behind like where we're at in the live, go ahead and either speed up to catch up with us live. You can either fast forward or you can like watch it on 2 times, because when we do the giveaway later, you have to be present. You only have a couple minutes, so you'll want to make sure that you are caught up with us. Which, speaking of that, ladies, can you believe the 1-hour timer is going off in 1 minute? Can you believe it?
That went by so fast.
You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding.
I know.
Yeah. I'm glad I got mine done though. I got a full set done.
Oh, you got way to go. I completed my full. Now, it was always my plan not to do sentiments because I thought I could use these for anything, but yeah, I didn't even have time to do one.
You got halfway done. That's good.
I did, yeah. For some reason, I thought this was only going to make 6 cards, so I cut out 6 pink butterflies, but I only cut out 4 white backers. Like, I don't know what I was thinking about. So, once Jessica, if you want to finish up the card you're on, we will share close-up looks at ours. And if you're in the audience, you want to be prepared. We'll be giving our cards away, but we will do some close-up looks once everybody is ready. And that is for sure. Charlene says, there's the timer. Charlene says, time flies when you're having fun. For sure.
It sure does.
That is true.
Shay said it flew by. Diana says, beautiful card. Just wait, Diana, till you see them up close. But thank you. All right, Karen, I will go ahead and spotlight you if you want to show us your cards up close.
Okay. So I thought what I would do is I would show one of each of the embellishments that I picked for the cards. So I have that really pretty blue floral, and then the Wish Big sentiment. And then here's a different floral pattern with It's Your Day. And then here's one with that butterfly, and that says Miss You.
Beautiful. Okay, I do love the focal points, but that glitter cardstock is like sparkling all over the camera, and I
Oh, good.
love it.
Yeah.
It's
It was
gorgeous.
part of that
Gorgeous.
pack, so I was happy
Oh,
with that.
I love that.
It made my choice of selecting papers a lot easier.
Very pretty. All right,
Thank you.
Jessica, are you ready to close up your cards?
I think so.
All right, here we go. Oh, those are
I love
beautiful.
those
So I got
flowers.
half of them done, and I am really happy with these. I'm so excited to send them in the mail. I know they're going to make some of my friends super happy. I hope you guys can see that.
Oh, those are beautiful. Oh my goodness.
And I did end up putting a little crystal in there, so a little bit of shine.
Love
Jess, do you
it.
use that like stylus tool to kind of like roll in the center of your flowers to kind of make them curl up a little bit? You see how your petals are curled a little?
Yeah, I
Or do
don't.
you
I
just
actually,
oh,
my nails are long enough that I just take like I use them as
look at
tools.
that. How
Oh,
clever is
Take the
that?
edge of my nail and
Oh,
do
that's so
that to kind of
awesome.
get the curl in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
You could
yeah.
totally use a stylus.
Right. You just saved yourself some money. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there you go. That was a bonus tip from Jessica. You don't need the
Yes.
stylus, just your nails will work. I love that. I never even thought about using nails. And Lamont Smalls says Jessica has beautiful nails. I
Beautiful
agree.
nails. Yeah.
Very pretty.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
All righty. Let's take a look at the 4 that I got done. So I'll show 2 of each. So, I mean, they're really pretty simple, guys, but I thought that I could just use these for any occasion. And you really can't see it on camera, but I do have sparkle down the body. I just use those clear glitter dots from Love from Lizzie. And then eventually I will put a piece of white cardstock on the inside, and then I have some, scraps left over that I will be decorating with. So,
I really like that the written
yeah,
cards. That
I
just
like
goes so
that
well with that.
script.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It does. It adds like a nice soft feel with the colors.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, ladies, I'll go ahead and remove you from camera if you want to switch back to forward facing, and I'll talk a little bit to our viewers about how they can win our cards.
Great.
Sounds good.
Hello, guys. Welcome. If this is your first time you're seeing me today, thank you so much for being here. Now that we have finished our card making part of the live, what we're each going to do is give one of our cards to a lucky viewer. This is open to US and international. You do have to be live with us now on camera. And after I have chosen and announced the winners, you'll need to stick around so I can tell you how you're going to claim it, because you do only have 24 hours to claim the card if you're one of the lucky winners. If you are ready to try to win a card, go ahead and throw some hearts or some high fives or some, hands up over there in the chat so we know that you are ready for it. Guests, are you both ready to come back on screen? All righty, let's welcome back Jessica and Karen. So, how was it, ladies? It was your first time on SheetLoad Live. How was it?
I had a
It was
blast.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that hour just
Please
absolutely
have
flew
us back,
by.
Crafty Al. Please have us back.
Yeah.
We
Well,
most certainly would love to come back.
I'm hoping Jessica will, agree to come back, because Karen, you're on the team, so you get to come back all the time if you
Yeah.
want. But I'm
Mhm.
hoping Jessica will join us again.
Anytime, I'd love to.
Oh, yay!
It goes so fast and we have so much fun.
Yeah.
Everybody is ready for our card giveaways. So what I'm going to do is, I want to go to this, and it's already up there. So I'm going to put a special hashtag in here. And if you would like to win Jessica's card, we'll do Jessica first. Type in the comment section one time hashtag Jessica. Hashtag JESSICA. Now, if you notice that, oh no, I typed it wrong, go ahead and retype it correctly. Don't put any spaces, don't leave off the hashtag. Make sure you spell it correctly. But if you notice that you didn't, retype it in one time to get your entry. But there's no need to type it in 5 times in the comments because you do only get one entry per person who is watching us. So I put a 2-minute timer on. Once that is up, we will draw for the lucky winner. Yay! And I'm going to get a drink because I've been talking a lot.
Crossing my fingers forever.
I know, right? Drum roll.
Yeah, right. I want to type hashtag Jessica in the chat, but I will. I'll let you guys win. Speaking of that, you can only win 1 card each time. But let's say you win today. I have nothing against you, trying again next month to win another card. So we got there. I'm just trying to make sure everybody looks like they got their hashtags in right, incorrectly. All right. We have about another 30 seconds or so. Okay, that is really weird. It is saying there are no entries. All right, you guys, we're going to try this. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys. Let's try. Okay. I had it set to the wrong live, but now the good thing is it actually goes back and looks at all the comments from the entire live. So it is up to date now. Sorry, I'm glad I noticed that before I went to draw. Oops, my bad.
Just little technical difficulties.
Yeah, right. Hey, you know what? Oh, no, I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to say we haven't had any because then we'll all be gone. All right. So my timer just went off. Give me a drum roll over in the chat. Let's find out who the lucky winner is. And I need to get out a sticky note so I can write this down. Congratulations to Charmaine.
Yay! Congratulations, Charmaine.
So Charmaine, make sure that you remember what your username looked like on camera there, okay? Because you're going to need that when you fill out the form later. Now, let me try to get it ready correctly. If you, we're on SheetLoad Live. If you would like to win Karen's card, you're going to type in hashtag Karen, all one word, hashtag KAREN, and you will have, 2 minutes to get entered onto that. Yes. Oh, I love how you're all congratulating Charmaine. I know we all wanted to win Jessica's card.
They're so awesome.
I know we all wanted to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so awesome.
Everyone in the chat is so sweet.
Yeah. Trying to make notes here. So don't forget, hang around. I'm going to tell you how to claim your prize or your card at the end. And while I'm at it, what we got? Make sure this is a good time once you get your hashtag in that you give the video, your stamp of approval, give it a thumbs up. And if you missed any, you can go back and watch the replay when we're done here, but it might take it a little bit to populate into my channel. For some reason, sometimes it takes hours for it to actually show up, but if you stay here, you can definitely rewind to see everything. All right. Now about 10 more seconds, guys. Get them in. Hashtag KAREN. I don't know if I said that. I always like to spell it out too. And then once we give away my card, which will be the last one, as things slow down, you can get in your final questions for us if you have any. All righty. Let's go see if they have leveled out. Make sure we're caught up. All right, let's go ahead and see who the lucky winner of Karen's card is. I would love to get my card with a butterfly on it.
Right, they're so pretty.
All right.
Thank you.
Susan
Yay,
R.
Susan!
Congratulations,
Congrats,
Susan.
Susan.
Congratulations. Yay!
Make sure to stick around so you know how to claim it. And then finally, let's see if I can pick the right one again. If you would like to win my card, type in hashtag CraftyAl. That is Crafty Al, not Crafty AI. So it is hashtag CRAFTYAL. No spaces. Again, if you notice you typed it wrong or you put a space, go back and get your entry. And congratulations again to Susan. Love it. Love the encouragement. While I'm thinking about it, I usually mention this in the beginning, but I have many of my friends over in the chat and their names are highlighted in green. Those are my channel members, you guys, and they support me each month here on YouTube. They keep me creating for you. They keep SheetLoad free for all subscribers. And besides this live today, for some reason, they help me put less ads in videos. So that is always a bonus. Thank you to everybody out there who is a member.
That's awesome.
And if you're ever interested in becoming a member, it starts as low as $1.99 a month. And there's a button right below this video or a link in the description box. I'm coming up on 3 years of channel membership. Karen, you must be getting close to 3 years.
Yep. I have to look back and see when I signed up.
Yeah, I love having that SheetLoad resource when I'm not sure what to make. I'm like, let's just go and look through all of these and pick one.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, for your support. Yes, the SheetLoad archive is probably the favorite thing of everybody, and it's actually available on the $1.99 level. And it is just like a document that has a little thumbnail of every single SheetLoad and direct links to the download and the videos. So I think it's worth $1.99 a month, but I might be biased.
Yeah, it's awesome and super convenient.
Yeah, I use that SheetLoad archive. Like I don't even go to like my Drive online. I go to the archive to find the downloads that I need. I love it. All right, guys, we have just about we have 0 more seconds. Let's go ahead and make sure that it has stopped. I want to make sure everybody got their chance. All right, and the third and final winner is going to be Sheila R. Congratulations, Sheila.
Woohoo!
Congrats, Sheila.
Don't forget, make sure you know what your username looked like on screen. And here is how you're going to claim your card. At the bottom of the description box below, there's a little thing that says, "Did you win today's card?" So only 3 of you should fill it out. You're going to click on that Google form, and it's going to ask for your username, your first name, and your address. It needs to be filled out before tomorrow at this same time. I will take care of getting your addresses to Jessica or Karen if that's who you want. And we do usually try to send them within a week, but give us a little grace. I don't know about my crafty friends here, but sometimes I don't always get to the post office. And you know, the weird thing is, I don't know why I can't just send an envelope from my mailbox. I don't get it. Does anybody else do that too, or you ladies use your mailboxes?
I use my mailbox.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the card, but yeah.
I feel like I always have to go to the post office, and I don't know why, but I do try to go once a week, go to my PO box. So that's usually when I do stuff.
You have your PO box, so you
Yeah.
have something to check. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's usually why I go. But
sense.
yes. All right. Oh, Susan says, did I forget? Hold on. Susan says it's no longer available. SheetLoad. Response. Oh, I did this last time. Okay, guys, I have turned that back on. It should be available now. Sorry about that. I turned them off in between once like the cards have been claimed so other people don't try to claim them. And I swear I turned it back on, but apparently I didn't. We need our Karen, where were you at?
I was letting you talk. I was waiting for you to breathe.
So thanks to Susan for that heads up. Any last questions in the chat? Get those in. Jessica, do you have anything crafty coming up that you want to share about?
I wish I did. I don't have anything super special planned, but I've gotten back into posting videos more regularly. So there will be, stick around. There'll be more videos coming out on my channel, especially with Mother's Day coming up. I've got some fun things cooking for Mother's Day and graduation too. So
Love it. So don't forget to subscribe to Jessica's channel, Jessie Kate Creates. You can click on the link in Nightbot in the chat, or she is linked down in that description box. Karen, anything coming up for you that's crafty?
I am finishing up my background stamp series next week. And then for the month of May, I'm going to focus on paper pad smashing. Because I have so many. It's time to use them up.
So if you want to smash a paper pad, make sure to check out Karen's channel. Again, Nightbot has been sharing her link, and she is linked in the description box below. I do have one question here from Karen. Can you share where you had your custom stamp made that you use on the back of your cards? Yes, I don't think I have any around here that have it stamped right now, but I designed my own stamp, and I sent it off to rubberstamps.com. I had a clear stamp made, which I guess, you know what, I could... It's not like... So I put 4 stamps on a 4x4 square, and they are clear cling. They're very dirty. They do stain. And guys, like, I got this... Now, I did the design, but I got this made and shipped to me for less than $15. So I recommend them. Yeah, rubberstamps.com. I do not think I have an affiliation with them anymore, but I do recommend them. Oh, do I have anything crafty coming up? What's today? Today's the 20th. Hopefully on the 25th, I will have SheetLoad Rewind out. And then, like the last day of the month, I have the Show Us Your SheetLoad, where I showcase your guys' cards, which, by the way, if you ever want to send in a card for the end of the month showcase, my P.O. box is always at the bottom of the description box, so you can do that. Let's see. I think our questions are done. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. I had a blast. Great time. So hopefully we'll see you back.
Yes.
Make sure that make sure that you in the viewing audience, if you loved it, that you give the video a thumbs up. Go check out their videos. I know you're going to love them. Leave them comments, leave them thumbs up, like those videos. That's how we get out to more crafty people. And watching the videos and thumbing up is always a great free way to support everyone. Oh, we have one final question from my friend Gladys. Gladys says, will you show each card now? Oh, Gladys, did you just come in? We can like hold up, maybe. Ladies, do you want to hold up your card for Gladys? Oh. There we go. I can never figure out how to hold up the camera. There we go. There they are, Gladys. Hopefully that was good. All right. Well, guys, until the next time, you know what I always say. I hope you're having a crafty day. Bye-bye.